Hello everyone, this is Liang Junwu, and today I will talk about homework 7, the 7th and 8th question. Firstly, the first part is to ask us to find mean of ZT. So ZT is given like as this equation, and it tells N1T and N2T are WSS, that means wide sense stationary, and we can get that the mean of N1T and the mean of N2T are constants, and we can write En1T is equal to theta 1 and En2T is equal to theta 2. So we can rewrite the mean of ZT as follow. Just take this two parts into this equation, and we can get this part is equal to this two part to plus, and because N1T and N2T and sigma are independent, that means we can rewrite this equation as this form, and the two part we can rewrite the two part to multiply, and plus this two part multiply, and this part we know is equal to theta 1, and this part is equal to this part, and we know this part is integral from 0 to 2 pi. That means this part is equal to 0, and the same as this part. This part is also integral from 0 to pi, so this part is equal to 0, and we know these two parts, the final conclusion is 0, and the second part is find RT1, T2. Okay, from the definition, we know RZ is equal to E mean of ZT1 multiply T2, and ZT1 is we can get this equation into this part. Just take T1 into this part, and take T2 into this part, and then we know this part we can just this two part rewrite the two part, just multiply each part. For part we can get this for mean, that this part multiplies this part, and we can get this part mean of the part, and same as the other three part, we can get this four part and we know N1 T1 multiply N1 T2 is equal to Rn tau. That means the this two part is equal to this part, and this part is leave behind, and we can rewrite all this part. We know N1 T1 minus N2 T2 is equal to theta 1 minus theta 2, the mean of this two part. So and this two part is equal, the mean of the two part is equal to theta 1 minus theta 2. So and this two part, the mean of this two part is equal to Rn2 tau, and then we can rewrite this four part, just integral this four part, we can get this one. just rewrite this four part. This four part can rewrite as like this, and this four part. So we can see the integral of this one is equal to 0, and same as this part equal to 0, and this part and this part. The four part is all equal to 0. So we can get just behind this four part. This four part. So we can rewrite this equation to this part, just behind the Rn1 tau and N2 tau. That is not related to t, just related to tau. Tau is equal to t1 minus t2. So we can get Ct as WSS. That means wide sense stationary. This is from the definition of WSS. Then the third part is asked about the RZ0. So RZ0 is we can get this equation and just take 0 into this part. We can get this is equal to 1. So we can get this part. Just rewrite it. Okay, that is the 7th question. Let's look at the 8th question. 8th question is about Poisson process. We are asked to calculate the mean of xt, and then we know from before the probability x is equal to k is this part. This is the definition of Poisson process. We can get this part. N T1 T2 equal to k is equal to this one, and we know the Poisson process. We know before the mean of Poisson process is equal to limiter, and mean of x square is equal to 1 plus limiter and minus limiter. And so we can get this two part is just rewrite limiter to limiter minus t. So we just rewrite the mean of xt, just rewrite limiter into limiter minus t. So we can get mean of xt is equal to limiter minus t. And the second part, wait a moment, is equal. It asks us to calculate the T1 T2, and we know the definition of it is Rt1 T2 is equal to mean of xt1 minus xt2. So we should concern about whether T1 or T2 is bigger. So we just think the two situations. The first situation is T1 larger than T2 larger than T1. That means we can write this part as this part, and just become this two part mean plus this mean. So we just get this equation into this one. Mean of xt1 is equal to limiter minus t1, and mean of xt2 is equal to limiter t2. And this part, the mean of xt1 square is equal to this part. Then we just take the t1 into it, and we get this part. We get this equation. And when t1 larger than t2, it is the same as before. Just write the xt1 into this part. Then we can calculate it, and the T1, T2 is equal to this part. So that's it. Thank you.